So I guess this is a bit of an introduction to a mini series, I suppose, on getting the RB30s running, Skylines, VLs, some Patrols as well. But they were a carby, not EFI. So obviously, once they've been sitting for a long time, certain things go wrong with these cars, and you very often see them listed for sale. Cranks over but won't start. There's a few different things, but the first thing we'll focus on is the injectors. So these can get blocked up. Some of them seize completely. And if you're trying to get your car running, obviously injector without getting fuel is going to be a bit of an issue. So we'll throw in some videos. We've cleaned a heap of these up, and we've managed to be able to provide sets of 6 online at toughmotorsports.com.au that are all scaled within 5% once they've been cleaned. So we also put new seals for the intake manifold, pintle caps, filter baskets, and the body seal that goes on there as well as the hose ferrule that goes on top there. So yeah, we'll throw in those videos, and probably next time we'll move on to the idle air control valve, and basically they get blocked up full. Everything just blew off the car then at the moment. But yeah, basically they get blocked up full of carbon, and the valves inside them stop working. So you can't really control your idle when you can't get air in there. So yeah, we'll go through, put the videos in. These are on the website as a set of 6. They're $500 posted for the set of 6, matched within 5%. And then you get a $100 refund when you return your old injectors to us. So it works out to be $400 posted for a set of matched injectors. So it might look like I'm just, where are they gone? It might just look like that I'm just, don't really care and just cutting the hose, the fuel hose that goes onto here. But when we go over to the injector cleaner, it's I'll show you why we do that. One of the fittings that go around here, because they're not an O-ring fitting, it's you have to use a different type of fitting to actually sit over the top of the injector. So you just cut them, sits over the top and creates a seal around the outside of the hose, and then you can test the injectors. So I have pulled a heap more apart, pulled all the intake and everything off it, so that'll just assist when I go to pull this engine out once we take it back. And we've got the forklift and everything there to pull that out. So I'll keep pulling bits off this and start pulling the interior apart. But yeah, that's why we pulled off of the intake manifold there. So we'll go over and show you the injector testing. So we're starting to pull some parts out of cars, work out what's usable, what isn't. So once we pull the injectors out of the car along with the idle air control valve, we put them in a, this is just a large ultrasonic cleaner. It's got some water-based degreaser, and then we've got demineralised water, so they're not going to rust again. We had these all put in evapo rust. They soaked in the evapo rust. It just takes off any of the surface rust as well as any of the rust that's actually inside the injector. So we'll put them in here. This heats it up to 60 degrees. Put them in here, run the ultrasonic cleaner. There is also an ultrasonic cleaner on the injector tester itself. It runs a fluid in the injector, well, just like an injector cleaner in the top of it, but it actually opens and closes injectors as well. So we'll just do this as a bulk to start with, and then start moving them over to the injector cleaner, run them on the ultrasonic cleaner with that, and then flow test them and see if they're any good. So this is the cleaning solution, Seafoam Auto Marine Fleet injector cleaner. That's what we put inside the ultrasonic cleaner here. So we've gone through and started. It is a Chinese, it's obviously, you know, Chinese injector cleaner. So we just worked out the same system each time. So there's a bunch of different settings on the side of it: idle speed, middle speed, high speed. So mode 8, just got a little list here, but mode 8 is the injector cleaner. Then mode 6, we go through and do a simulation testing. Just it goes through high speed, low speed, and middle speed, and then we do low speed on a timer, middle speed on a timer, high speed on a timer, and then go back and do the simulation testing. And then we take the readings and put them in. So this is the packaging that actually came with the parts washer, but it worked out pretty well. So we've gone through and done 2 of them at the moment. We'll go through and put them on the third set of 4. And we've got from 106 to 126 mils range once we've done our testing. A couple sitting at 108, a couple sitting at 112. This is what I was saying with when you go to put them in this machine, leaving the fuel hose on them. This is the fitting that I found seems to work with these. So you leave the fuel hose on and obviously crank down on these, and that makes a seal on there. So we'll also do, with the exchange injectors, we'll also do the new pintle caps and the filter inside the top of these. It's probably going to be extremely hard to see, but that little brass ring inside there is actually a filter. They're on order at the moment. We haven't got them back. You can get them out pretty easily, but you just put like a timber screw or a wood screw down inside it and crank on it, and then just shake it loose, pull it out, and then install the new one. So we've also got the new rubbers that go around the outside of them, and then we also do sell the injector hold down clamp as well, and we'll have the circlip that goes with them as well. So the only thing we might not have is the fuel hose, obviously, because we cut them off when we do it. As you can see, it's pretty hard to pull them off without taking the entire intake manifold off. So it's better off if you just cut them and then change the fuel hose out when you go to put them all back on, which means basically you need to do an intake gasket. You also need to do an idle air control valve gasket if you go that path. Yeah, so basically buy a full gasket set for it if you're going to plan on doing this, because yeah, it's very hard to get them all out without cutting hoses and breaking gaskets. So we'll put these on for the ultrasonic clean. So it's mode 8, which is ultrasonic clean for 10 minutes. We did find that once it starts vibrating it, the fluid just seems to throw out of here a little bit. Not really sure what the solution to that is, but at the moment, just go like that, sorted. All I'm doing there is just actually checking that each injector is firing. That one there seemed a bit slow at the start there, but they're all firing now, so they're in that solution. It's obviously just opening and closing the injector. And yeah, that's why we go through the different modes. Obviously keep everything the same to a point where we can test it and say, well, that's the same as every other injector that we got here. So I'll switch over, I'll put you on the other camera, we'll go through, I'll just speed it up, but we'll go through the different mode settings that we go through, and then I'll show you a final measurement once we get to the end of it. So yeah, we've finished up the test. We got about 98, 122, and then 106. So bit of a variance. I haven't got anything as low as 98 yet, but obviously we've got a fair few to do. They're all the ones to still be tested. They've got either cracked pintle caps on them, so we'll wait till we get new caps for them. So we've tested the injectors. Seems to be a pretty reasonable spread across all of them that I had. So from 96 milliliters up to 128. So that's just with this machine. If you use your machine or a different one, it might be different measurements, but it's a pretty good average across everything. So we'll make up a few sets. Obviously we have to get the pintle caps. And then new seals and everything for those, but we'll make up a few sets and put them on the website, exchange. Yeah, a couple come back at 80, well, one come back at 82, and 150, 140, so yeah, other than that, it's pretty reasonable average across everything. So we're outside now, a bit better lighting obviously, but so we changed the pintle cap and just use the vice grips to pull them off as well. They're a bit of a press fit when you go to put them on. But the filter baskets, these are the new ones. You can use a vise, it's probably better for this, but while we're outside with the lighting, I've just got the vice grips. So you can just screw them in like that, and then just pull the old filter basket out. Got the new ones. Just want to tap them in. Make sure they're seated. Got the new O-ring that goes onto the intake manifold, and the new O-ring for the body seal. So Cleaned, tested, and all within 5%.